A Brazilian soccer star has divorced from his wife and is now dating his ex-wife's niece. So this is his first wife.
Nice.
Not too bad. And then here's a picture of him with the new wife, the niece.
I would think it's the same chick, though.
I mean, it is the same chick, just the newer model. I mean, in all fairness, they are blood related. So they still got those genes.
And so now, here's the crazy thing. What happens when he does it to the niece?
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man.
GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, What Would Dante Do? Sexual Revolutions being podcast, and I am excited. Harry, what's going on? What you got, Harry?
Oh, Dante, a Brazilian soccer star has divorced from his wife and is now dating his ex-wife's niece. That's right.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's a Brazilian soccer star. Brazilian footballer Hulk could be set to marry his former niece-in-law before the end of 2024. The footballer is putting the final plans in place for his religious wedding ceremony. Of course, because it's Brazil. Because you can bang your niece, but you got to pay homage to Jesus.
Yeah.
To his ex-wife's niece, and the lucky lady is related to his former partner and the mother of his 3 children. Giovandio de Sousa, better known as Hulk, is a winger for the Brazilian club, whatever. Yeah, he will marry this new girl, the niece. They began dating in 2019. They officially, while playing in Japan, Hulk met his first wife. There we go, 37-year-old Iran de Souza, whom he would marry. After having 3 children together and living in Portugal, Russia, and then China together, Iran received a visit from her niece, Camila Angelo. The pair posted a picture with Hulk on Instagram, and the caption is, "Family is the foundation of everything." Hulk and Iran separated soon after, and days later, Camila Angelo makes another trip to China. 6 months later, Hulk and Iran had just sealed their divorce. He was lying and just saying they got married just so he could keep her in China with her. So these are the pictures of him with his second wife.
Oh, that's the niece.
That's the niece. Here, let's see. So this is his first wife. These are pictures of him and his first wife.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Not at all. And that's the first wife.
That's the first wife.
And the second.
And then here's a picture of him with the new wife, the niece.
I would think it's the same chick, though.
I mean, it is the same chick, just the newer model. I mean, he has a type, that's for sure. Well, I mean, look, Dante, I mean, in all fairness, they are blood related.
Yeah, well,
so they still got those genes.
Yeah, they got some genes, all right. Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, this dude just leaving, and then he's sharing pregnancy photos. They're getting married. It's a whole.
I thought he was just trying to keep her in China, but so that's why he got her pregnant in China.
I believe so.
This is just so messy and so ridiculous. And this is why do this? And so now here's the crazy thing. What happens when he does it to the niece?
Sure. Well, she's not gonna obviously. Well, women do that a lot. This does happen. It's a very common story. A woman will grab a guy cheating on his wife, right? And then by some miracle, he ends up marrying her or does actually stay in a relationship with her. And then she gets upset when he cheats on her.
Right.
Because it's different. I'm special.
Yeah. I think you got to, at its core, we say this all the time, and this goes to your personal happiness. If you are in a situation where you're somebody showing you what their character is, and we've both learned this, like in the business and just in the comedy business, is the people who lie and cheat and have these insecurities. It's never a situation where it specifically happens to everybody else. Eventually it swings around and it happens to you. And you're affected by this. But you find, I mean, what's crazy about this is that this guy handsome guy. He's a footballer. He's probably got good money, nice money, this, that, and the other. But if you want to just be, and this is why it's so important, if you just want to be a guy who wants to smash and do like Nick Cannon. They can talk about Nick Cannon or Elon Musk or all these, like, clearly you can do it, right? We know it, it can be done because it can be done. People are actually doing it. People are, guys are dating and having children with, if you can handle that and if you can financially have it. Why put people under these pretenses of the fact that this is a one-on-one kind of thing when it's really not? When it's just going to, eventually you're going to get tired of this and move on. I don't understand why we need to hurt people's feelings and to put people in a perspective where it's where you put people under these false pretenses, because half the time they'll do whatever you want them to do anyway. In fact, what I find is the more honest you are, the more likely it is for you to get what you want. You can have what you want. I mean, you said, and you're not that, by no means, Harry, are you that kind of guy, like a playboy kind of guy. But you went up to 8 at one time.
That was the peak. Yeah, I had 8 at one time during my singles run. It was a good run. It was short lived, but it was good. The pandemic put an early end to it. But the thing is, yeah, you can get what you want if you're honest up front. I never cheated on anybody. Never done it.
Never misrepresented.
Never misrepresented. There was one girl. There was some gray area that she didn't understand. That's as close, and even that wasn't cheating. We were not a item.
Yeah.
Even that is just, I just don't understand the concept of it. But I was willing to lose. There were a couple different girls who didn't want to do it. They didn't want to be involved in that type of relation. They didn't want to be on a roster, so to speak, or take me part-time. And
they said no.
They said no.
Some do for a period of time, and then they go, yeah, I can't do this.
The ones who did say yes and were okay with that type of lifestyle where we weren't exclusive, or we were just having fun. It was great. The ones who stayed, it was great. But you have to be willing to lose, and the problem is dudes aren't willing to lose.
Yeah.
There's an ego to it. There's also a fear that you'll never get another one. But even a guy like this, look, this guy was a soccer star. He's a good-looking guy. He's in great shape. He could have had any women he wanted. And even there's an ego part of it.
Yeah.
That even he felt the need to lock down this woman, say that he was going to be monogamous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess to some extent, well, I guess we don't know for sure the detail. It doesn't seem like he was monogamous, at least with the niece, I guess. But
yeah,
it's you can get what you want. Just announce it up front. Look, I want to sleep with other women.
And if you can't get what you want, it's because you don't deserve what you want. You gotta upgrade yourself and be in a situation where you're willing to upgrade yourself.
You have to be worthy of it because you better deliver in some aspect to in particular with the sex, to have women be okay with being part-timers. You better bring something to the table that when you're there, you deliver something.
And you got to show up. If they're going, okay, I'll put up with this. That means when it doesn't break down, it doesn't flush out the way you want it to be, you got to show up. If they want to get hit off, you got to show up. If you love what we're doing here, go to patreon.com. It's the best way to support us, and check out all the bonus content.
That's right, patreon.com/manschool202. We do weekly bonus episodes. We do listener mail, dating tips, and also, if you love the show, you can go back to the archive starting from episode 1. All the episodes will be there at patreon.com/manschool202.
I remember you driving all the way out to Connecticut, I'm talking to you on the phone, trying to keep you awake. Because you got to, and I remember you, man, I'm exhausted, man. Can you talk to me so I don't fall asleep? And you're driving all the way to come. And I was like, Harry, you don't have to do this.
You don't, but that's part of the commitment. You're committed.
But you get into that situation, and then here's the crazy thing. You'll actually feel an obligation to fulfill this to a certain extent. That if you don't,
because
I got to do this now.
Well, because that's what you sign up for.
Yeah.
I guess what I had going was a little more than just friends with benefits. They were, I guess, mini relationships. I don't know how
But
you
it's never
describe it.
friends with benefits. It's never. There's no way in the world. Understand something. People, and this is men, women, and otherwise. Like now, if you don't like somebody, sure. But there's never a situation where you're going to have an intimate relationship with somebody over and over again. Let's be honest. A woman is allowing you inside her body cavity. Like there's nothing more intimate than that, And if you're not going to, if you're going to allow that to be the case, then no, you got to know that people are eventually going to get attached. And if you can't maintain that, or they'll get attached to so much the fact that they can't continue to do it. I did somebody else's podcast yesterday, and I was talking about, it's an older woman, and she was saying, guys will be, she was like, just tell me what it is. Just tell me what it is. She says, but don't tell me what it is. And then, and then you doing all kinds of boyfriend stuff or whatever. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. So if I tell you that this is not something that I want, that I don't want a relationship, and I've been upfront about that, and then now all of a sudden, because I buy you flowers or because I'm nice to you, and because it feels to you like boyfriend stuff, then somehow I'm wrong. So now, and I asked her, I said, so what is it? I'm not allowed to be nice to you because I don't want you, I don't want to be with you exclusively. Like now I gotta keep my distance. I gotta not.
Listen, woman, this is how I fuck boy. Okay. This is how I do it.
You buy me flowers and stuff. So now I can't be kind.
Be opening the door and shit.
Trying to calling me to see if I'm okay. I'm sick. You take me to the hospital. You show up, and I just the clear understanding of lack of understanding of how that you can't be nice to somebody. I mean, you could like somebody, you could just not want to be tied down, or maybe you could act like you want to be tied down and then I fuck your niece and have a baby with your niece. It's just we overcomplicate this stuff so much, and I get it because we want something. This is what I call shoplifting the pussy. You don't think you're worthy of whatever the purchase you're trying to make or the thing that you're trying to demand, and then you're lying about it. Ultimately, you're lying because you're afraid that if she finds out what you really think about yourself, that you don't think you're worthy, and because of that, everything has to change. And it's like she was literally explaining to me that, basically saying you can't tell me that and not be nice to me. Like, don't be too nice to me, because if you fucking me good and you're too nice to me, I'm gonna fall in love with you. And it's like, I was literally like, so I can't be nice to you. And she said, well, I'm not saying that. Well, yeah, that's exactly what you're saying, is I can't be nice to you. It's the absurdness. It's just,
so basically I got to come over, fuck you, and then just toss the condom against the wall as I'm walking out. Like, deuces.
I gotta take the sticky condom and slap it to your back on your back, hit you on the back with it, stick it to your back, pick up your son's sweatshirt, wash my dick with it, wash my dick on the curtains, right? Go wake up all the kids, right?
Fire a pistol in the air a couple times, and I'm out.
I finished having your mom. Pow, pow. And then, like, it's just,
I slapped down that flower vase and I slammed the door shut.
And then what's interesting about it is, in essence, is what they're saying is, I don't have control of my feelings, and I need you to help me. But if you can't, but it's also a situation where if you can't put up with this, then don't. You could just not. How about that? You could just say, this is not what I'm looking forward to. But depending on what your confidence is and your self-esteem and who you think, how you value yourself. What's interesting is that, we talk about, I remember hearing this about how Drake would have his bodyguards go tell a girl, yo, Drake wants you to come up.
Drake would like to meet you after the show.
Drake would like to meet you after the show.
It's a
And
classic rock star move. Van Halen used to do it all the time. Sure.
But you're willing to do whatever you want, whatever he wants you to do because you value him more and you don't value yourself in the same way that you value this individual, which ultimately this individual is going to smash and dash. The chances of him treating you like you're special, when he can go to any city and do that, is slim to none. But you're willing to take that lotto ticket to go, okay, it's, I'm gonna get this scratch and win, right, and hope for the best of it. I mean, and Drake was literally taking the condom off, putting hot sauce in the condom, and you know this, right?
I did hear the story. The girl got burnt. She burned her vaginal lips.
Tried to get
She tried to squeeze. She tried to squeeze that special Drake seed into her
trifling ass,
like a ketchup packet. She was just trying to squeeze it all in there.
And what if she got impregnated? Then you know where the Human Torch comes from. It's from Drake's sperm and hot sauce. But I just think there's such a need for a level of honesty. And if we're not going to have a level of honesty, it's usually because we don't think that we're worthy of it in the first place. Anyway, if y'all want a consultation, DanteNero.com, click on consult. Harry, advice from Harry @gmail.com. Don't forget to sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/manschool202. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell so anytime we post something or I go live or whatever, that you get noticed. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The Sexual Revolution being podcast.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.